there's been a lot of mental mistakes as well, and then it's just one guy on a particular play, and that's all it takes.
Here's Lazard, first down Jets.
It's a good start for this offense.
Rodgers able to complete to Wilson. Garrett Wilson, a nice move, and out of bounds inside the 35, a gain of 25. Protection, pass is incomplete. Off the left hand of Breece Hall. Windy night for Greg Zuerlein and Tyler Bass. And Zuerlein knocks it through from 34 yards away.
Execute quite the way that you like, but you just simply cannot force the football.
Here is a handoff to Ty Johnson. He gets the edge. Nice start to the night for the Bills. Got around Sauce Gardner.
On this offense with him not in the lineup tonight.
Here's a pass complete to Kincaid. Bounces off a tackle and then lowers the boom. They make his debut tonight. Nice cutback, and Ray Davis also breaking tackles. Just running it right down their throat. Davis to the one.
Be able to mix up the run and the pass the way they have has been huge.
Here he is again. Allen for the touchdown, and the Bills are on top. Rushing touchdown in the NFL.
Well, you see the Jets, they come down there over the nose. They're anticipating that the reason Robert Saleh is no longer the head coach is because the offense hasn't done their job.
Here's Hall, left side, has blocking. Big play. Into Buffalo territory to the 45, a gain of 21. Again, he's been sacked 8 times last couple of games total. Play action, trying to set up a screen, not there. And here's one caught by Ruckert. Kind of a broken play, and Ruckert with a nice gain on first down as he gets 8.
With that said, they just have not really been able to get him going.
Here is Hall, left side. Broke a tackle. Breece Hall tripped up inside the 10.
Makes a good play, getting his hands up and getting the deflection.
3rd down and goal. Rodgers slides through, throws, caught, but out of bounds by Wilson. Throw by Aaron Rodgers and a good catch.
Well, watch Aaron Rodgers. He knew exactly where he was going. He's looking to his left, but you see when he snaps his head back to the right.
Rodgers using that hard count. Wilson with a catch. First down at the 39. Working against Taron Johnson.
They really do a nice job. That's one of the strengths for both these defenses.
3rd down and long, and trying to drop it off. That pass is incomplete for Braylon Allen. Just when you think you have this place figured out. So tonight's wind is opposite of the way it normally is. Flags fly. Allen able to get out of the end zone and fire. He's got his man, and a juggling catch by Ray Davis.
With the ball, it's Josh Allen, as tight a spiral as he's capable of throwing, but it got away from him a little.
Here's a 1st and 15 carry to the 40-yard line by Ty Johnson, a gain of 13.
How much he has to shoulder for this football team.
14 rushes, 4 passes until this. Pass is caught, and that's Shakir. Good protection, end zone. Touchdown, Mac Hollins. And the Bills back on top.
Well, watch the route. Mac Hollins comes off the line of scrimmage, and Ashton Davis, he almost stumbles and falls down. Wasn't a whole lot to the release, not like what we saw of Garrett Wilson on the prior possession, but Ashton Davis just a little overmatched right there on Mac Hollins.
Pass. No chance.
Wow. That's what they would prefer to be able to do. You see the safeties back there now.
Rodgers with protection fires a fastball to Hall. And a first down inside the 40.
Then you have the way that it looked through the first 5 games.
Pressure and a sack. Rodgers gets pounded by Epinesa. James Cook out with a toe injury. Pass is caught by Ray Davis, and he's looked good tonight.
To pick up the first down.
Out of the shotgun, down the sideline for Hollins, and out of bounds. And a flag. That ball was The call is pass interference. Good protection. Wide open is Kincaid over the middle, and he's got a first down. Allen takes off. Breaking tackles. End zone. Touchdown. What a play by Allen. And a 12-yard touchdown is the result. Knox and Kincaid were both over there for Buffalo. And it is Knox with the touchdown, his first of the year.
Well, Dawson Knox, as he comes off the line of scrimmage, he's got his eyes back on Josh Allen. And when Josh scrambles, he immediately then goes into scramble drill principle. Josh Allen has been by that side of things.
2nd down and 7. Rodgers slings it. Beautiful throw and catch. Garrett Wilson. Here we go. Up into the air. Into the end zone. And incomplete. Lazard had a shot. And now the other officials saying touchdown.
You can see he doesn't totally get up in the air with all the bodies there, but he's got it. That's a touchdown right there. And then it comes out. So, oh, man.
Wow. Great call by one official overruling the other. That is a touchdown. Ray Davis had a good first half. Play action. Allen lets it fly. Connects with Samuel. Tripped up inside the 40. Good coverage by Reed. Got that arm in there. This one is complete to Coleman. And the big-bodied rookie is brought down. 47-yard try by Tyler Bass. He missed it wide right. Little pitch to Hall, left side. Big play. Breece Hall. One man to beat. Tackle made by Rapp. 1st and goal Jets. Protection. End zone incomplete for Garrett Wilson. With coverage by Benford. 22-yard try by Zerline. On a drive that was extended because of the unnecessary roughness call on Epinesa. And we're tied at 20.
And a good call on the pass interference, but they're going to replay this one.
3rd down and 6. Allen overthrows Kincaid. Garrett Wilson made a move. Nice start to the drive across the 40. Second level, there he is. Garrett Wilson. Helmet comes off of DeMar Hamlin, and Wilson adds 23 to the ledger. Here's Hall, nice cutback. Good hit, picks up 10, and a flag flies. Been sacked 3 times tonight. 2nd and 9. That's caught. That's Lazard. Now 3rd down and 11 as a result. End zone, Wilson! Ball's knocked out. Well played by Buffalo, Taylor Rapp and DeMar Hamlin. Took a touchdown off the board. Zerline hits the upright.
Big penalty, 3rd and long, and you're just trying to pick up whatever yardage you can. Good call.
Kincaid, not much, 4th down. From the 34. Rodgers over the middle, pass caught by Lazard. And a first down at the 49.
Knowing how much Rodgers has liked what he's capable of doing and how much he wants to see him on the field.
3rd and 11, Rodgers down the middle, completes. What a strong catch by Lazard. Yeah, you think the Jets have to bite off some of this yardage to feel better about the try. They try here with Hall, and he's out of bounds at the 25. Good snap, good hold. Kick is off the upright again. Davis has rushed for 87 yards in the game and made 3 catches for 55. Here's Kincaid. First down, Buffalo.
He's been very mindful of it, and he's finished the runs.
Coleman makes the catch. First down, out of bounds inside the 20.
This is a huge play. This is the biggest play in the game right now.
Extra men on the rush. Sherwood. Pass broken up. Off the hands of Hollins. Play made by Isaiah Oliver. Bass knocks it through.
That's what I was thinking. It's the tuck rule, and I thought it was a fumble.
Third down and 4, and Rodgers and Wilson not on the same page, but a flag for the coverage. Both teams have had 10 accepted penalties.
Pass interference, defense, number 47. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic, first down.
Last play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers buys time, airs it out. Mike Williams fell down, and it is picked by Tyron Johnson. Taron Johnson made the interception as Mike Williams fell down. That was the first turnover of the game, by the way, the interception by Taron Johnson. Here's Allen. He's got it. First down, Buffalo.
I don't know where the Jets go from here, quite honestly, Joe. They come in here in this game, all the changes that they occurred this week, and they came out, did a lot of good things, had a lot of mistakes, didn't capitalize on the opportunities like you said. Things only get tougher from here for them, and it's going to be a real gut test for them as to how they respond to this and how they come back next week.